Well. Planet Earth, how y'all doing today? See, I had a good clip of rope flow for about 4 minutes, but it turns out that my microphone was off. I don't know if it died, I don't know if I turned it on correctly, but we're gonna start this over and let's just repeat this process again. So welcome back to another episode of Rope Flow, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rod, if you haven't been here before, and this is the Piccolo 2.0 rope that I got from Tim's gym, Tim Shafe from the UK at wayoftherope.com. And you can get a rope from anywhere, any rope flow website, or you can go and make your own rope and get it from a hardware store. But basically what I was saying is that I went out of my way, right, previously to me losing my audio, to find the best exercises in the world that are low impact and can be done without a gym, that is full body. And I think that's rope flow, the hot yoga series, resistance bands, jump and jump rope. Lost my breath there for a second, but just keep that in mind. I hope you guys try all those things that I just mentioned, because it truly is the best thing. And then kettlebells for lifting weights. I personally don't like doing any machines or anything like that, like weight machines or anything like that. I don't know, it just feels like really constricting. It feels like not normal on my body. No matter how much I try and do the machine, it just doesn't feel right to me. So I've always felt like I like training with freedom of movement. So if I have the ability, I love swimming, and if I do have a gym nearby, I like kettlebells. Man, with my rope flow, my dragon rolls I should say, on the left side, are looking real poopy. But I know I just gotta keep doing it. Eventually it'll get better. But if you guys have any constructive criticism, let me know. But we're gonna move into some overhand matadors. There we go. I was doing it kind of wrong. Kind of just doing the beginning part without actually finishing the matador. If you're wondering why I'm using a glute band, it's so because I can have my glutes activated at the same time my entire lower body. So it's like a full workout, full body workout. Getting my abs in, my back, my biceps. Man, I feel it everywhere. Like, this is truly a strange movement that you would never expect to be a truly beneficial full body enhancer. And one day we're gonna have more doctors that have rope flow in their life, and they're gonna be like, whoa, here's the studies on it, because the same has happened with yoga. But yoga's been around for thousands of years. Now, there's not even a rope flow Wikipedia page as of this recording, and I've mentioned that in my school course program with Nsima and Young, the guy, the YouTuber that also has, well, to me, in my opinion, he's the best guy at rope flow in the world, the most smoothest, and he's made a free rope flow course. So check out his website, Nsima and Young, which is NSIMAINYANG. Just look him up on YouTube, and there you go. You can find out how to do rope flow. Also, Tim Shafe has a course, but I will say you have to pay for it, so I don't want to pay for it. That's why I like Nsima's course, because he seems to me like the best guy, and you can do it for free. But basically, you can pay for Nsima's course, but the way he set it up is that if you just do like if you watch all the videos in sequential order, and then there's no like tests or anything, you just have to watch the videos, then click next, then basically it will go over. So you don't have to pay for it at all, actually. But you can if you just want to unlock everything. But he has it broken down into like sections. So like the beginner stuff, then you go from there. So I really think he broke it down like Barney style, like really, really nice, and I like it. Compared to like some other courses I've taken, like I was in this yoga course with this famous yogi couple who I will not mention because I don't want to discredit them. I mean, they're really, really credentialed, but the way their course was set up, it just seemed kind of lackluster, kind of half-assed, and they were charging way too much money for it, for the amount of effort and work that they put in, just to be straight up with you. And the fact that this guy, Nsima and Young, this YouTuber, created this rope flow course, and he has other like types of workouts. He has like some kind of foot strengthening program. He has like some kind of, I think, oh man, I can't remember, like some sandbag lifting programs, maces and clubs, and some other stuff. But basically, those I think you have to pay for, but the rope flow one is free. And the heavy rope one, I believe you used to have to pay for, but now it's also free too, which I actually mentioned to him a while ago. I was like, do you mind, can you just make that a free, man? Because he was charging for that. So now I believe that is free. However, check that out and let me know what you guys think about the rope flow course. I will say I have never checked out anyone else's rope flow course, just because to me, the way I think of it, right, is I got my yoga certification, hot yoga certification, from this couple that is considered one of the best hot yoga practitioners and teachers in America, in North America. So I was like, I want to learn from the best, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to learn rope flow from someone that looked like they weren't as smooth with it than compared to Nsima. And he's like the most jacked dude that does rope flow, that, well, maybe someone more jacked than him, but that does rope flow. But basically, he's the best that I've seen. He's the most skilled, so I want to learn from him. So that's where I'm at right now with rope flow. And we're gonna work on some elbows too. And he he said that basically you want to master all the movements down in his court, the way he structured it, right, before moving on. So he said, even if you have to go slow, go slow. And basically, there's people in the course with me, right? A whole bunch. There's like 18,000, 19,000, maybe 20,000 people that basically you can send in videos and they will look at your progress, and then everyone will give feedback, constructive criticism and stuff like that. But some people just look a little sloppy. They look like they rushed it. They look like they rushed the technique. So to me, I don't want to be like them. I want to be like Nsima. I want to like master it, because the way he moves with a rope is like crazy. Like, it looks like he created something entirely, a whole new art form. But he didn't create it. He created it. David Weck created it. And he's the guy that invented the Bosu ball. And so Nsima, to me, is just the guy that took it, the art form, and ran with it. And so there's other people that have like courses that are making money from rope flow, but Nsima is definitely doing the best way and making it the most accessible, while also being, to me, the smoothest person. So why not learn from the best? Of course, check out whoever you want in the world, doesn't matter. But to me, I want to learn from the guy that is jacked and that stresses the most about it and does it every single day and looks the best when he doesn't, compared to everyone else I found in the world. And that's exactly how I chose my yoga certification course either. Because I know people that will go to Bali and then get a yoga teacher training from some random influencer or something like that. But the reality is that the people that I learned from, they went to a city in India, it's escaping my head right now, and they learned from some really, they went to a yoga college, and they basically studied for years there. So they got it from the source. And Nsima and Young has met David Weck, and they have swung ropes together a few times. I don't know if he like personally trained him, but they've met in real life. So I consider that within the same level. It's almost like the student has like outclassed or outgrown the master. And I'm not saying that about like David Weck and Nsima and Young, but like what I am saying is that he has taken it to a whole another level in Nsima and Young. So check him out. If you need help spelling out his name, just let me know. But my whole purpose of making these rope flow videos is to document my progress, so that one day I can be like super cool like him, to where it's like, holy crap, you can take a rope and then make it look crazy. I don't like do some kind of like dance with it, playing music, but playing music or whatnot. But at the same time, that's gonna take a while. But I do like the fact that I can do the light basic stuff and still get a full body workout, which is really cool. But when I get really good, then I'll be able to go do the fancy stuff, and then you guys will be like, whoa, what in the world? How'd you get so good? And I'll be like, I know, right? And I'll be like, just watch the videos. You would see me practicing for days and days and days and days and days because I want to get better. And it's also something that I missed out on, is that one thing that I really hate about the gym is that there's no traditional, not traditional, but there's no, to me, in some gyms, other people, CrossFit gyms are different, but I'm saying like traditional weightlifting gyms, there's no fun factors. Like, you go in there, you do work. Everyone, to me, is like putting in their headphones, whatever, and they're in their own world. And they're going in there and they're just, you know, doing squats, you know, just doing whatever kind of lifting. Doing deadlifts, okay, cool, whatever. But it doesn't seem fun. It just seems kind of boring to me. Like, after, and I've trained for a long time in gyms and stuff like that, and it just seemed really boring. And I really liked calisthenics, but after a while, that got boring too, because it was just super repetitive. Super repetitive. And rope flow, even though what I'm doing is repetitive right now, I know that in the future, and then Seaman Young talks about this, where you can basically get into a flow and create your own flow, but you have to get the fundamentals of movement down first. Like, to me, the way I equate it, right, is that you want to, so like professional sports car drivers, right? I'm totally thrown from the hip here. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna guess, right, that they've driven multiple different kinds of cars, right? So they can get a feel of like the clutch, of the gearbox, throwing it into different gears, and just handling, you know? So I'm gonna assume that a race car driver, professional race car driver, has driven maybe, on average, right, 15 to 30 different car brands, while the average person has not driven that much. And they're getting, what was my point with that? Anyways, so basically, I guess what I was trying to equate the race car driver to a rope flow or something like that is just like, you want different types of feels. So if you have different types of ropes, if you have a good rope, oh, I understand now. So basically, it's easier to start on like a Honda Civic, right? To drive, allegedly, right? Like a 1997 Honda Civic, learn how to drive a manual transmission car that way, right? Compared to driving a Ferrari. The clutch is a little more aggressive, it's just a little more harder and stuff like that. So that's how I think of it. It's like, you want to build slow into rope flow, right? And then you could start doing some cool stuff and using some heavy ropes. I would equate like the heavy ropes to being like exotic cars or SUVs or something like that, where they're really fun to use, but you gotta learn how to drive the easy stuff first, and then you can make the heavy stuff smoother. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's a little rough estimation. Not estimation, comparison. There we go. But all right, let me do some more elbows. Alright, that was a little rough, a little better. Wind's picking up, hopefully. Oh, my camera don't drop, but I smacked my wrist and my shoe with the rope. You know how it is. Just another day of rope flow, folks. And please tell me, do you guys have any questions about rope flow that you're like really curious to know about? Because I can answer your questions. The fact that there's not enough people in the world that do this, when it's a simple tool that we've had for thousands of years. Thousands of years. I wonder when the rope was first invented. I have no idea. I wonder who came up with it. If you guys know in the chat, let me know. All right, I would love to know who came up with the rope. I could Google it, but I'd appreciate if you guys let me know. So my elbows still kind of rough, but definitely smoother than before. Oh, and when doing rope flow, guys, don't forget to breathe. Then we're gonna do some elbows on the left side. Bam, that was nice. Even though I'm right-handed, my elbows on the left side seem to be smoother. Even though my shoulder is injured on the left side, they seem to be smoother on the offhand. Pretty interesting. But anywho, I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. and stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video. Love you guys. Take care.